Good day, everyone, and today we will be taking a look and we will be unboxing every figure from Fats Idolmaster, the TV animation product line. So I have every figure from that line from 1 to 13, and we will be covering each figure while being unboxed, and we will be taking a look on what are the accessories included in each box. Okay, so the first figure we will be unboxing for today is number one, our Hibiki Ganaha. So this series actually came out in 2014. Although it is titled the animation series, the figure itself is not actually based on any material on the anime. Instead, the figure was based on the Idolmaster Perfect Idol CD series that was bundled together with the Blu-ray box, and I will be posting it up here so you can see which reference material was used to make these figures. So let's take a look with number one. Okay, so the box looks like this. The side, from the back, and from the side. So from the side, you can actually see there are numbers to indicate in which order the figure came out of. Okay, so let's take a look and let's see how it goes. So it's brand new. So I actually have some figures that weren't brand new. These were bought in Mandarake. Thank you, Otaku Habi Toys PH, for being my partner in buying all of these figures, especially the late ones. I think it was from Haruka and Chihaya. It was actually a bit harder to get since that was the time in which minimum order quantities were being enforced, and since it's not every time there's going to be a boom for Idolmaster figures, it's getting harder and harder to buy Idolmaster figures at pre-order price. Okay, so here's the figure. There are some instructions inside, and they actually have a cute. I don't think if you can see it, but it actually includes Hamtaro. Hamotaro. I forgot what's the hamster's name of Hibiki was. And Hibiki's dog is actually inside the box, although it's only a picture. So here's the figure. It contains roughly the base, which has a metal peg, the figure itself for Hibiki, and actually it contains her pet, the hamster. So I think you can mount it. Let's open the glass cab. Oops. Anyway. Oh, so here's the figure. And you actually have a little pet, her little pet. Okay, so here's the figure. Rounded. She has a logo in her jacket. It's very nice. Okay. Good thing this figure hasn't yellowed yet. It's 2022, and this came out in 2014, so you should expect it to be around 8 years old already. Okay, I think putting it in the base is simple enough. So the base is actually based on her color, which is teal. So it's a clear base, and let's place her inside. Oh, this is harder than it looks. So there are actually two pegs which hold the figure together, and it's slightly now inside. Let's push it down, and there you go, the complete figure. Okay, so this is the first figure of our video, Ganaha Hibiki. Paint looks good, and you should actually display it like this one on a oblique angle, because that's her original pose. Okay, so for our next figure we have Minazu Iori, number 2. So this is an interesting figure because it's all pink, and I actually have some preliminary photographs in my Flickr, in which I actually entered this figure into a photography competition. I like this figure because it's all pink, and it actually goes well with pink flowers. So this figure is already opened, since I have already taken this figure out of the box already. What's interesting with this figure is it's floating, meaning the main character, or Iori, is not actually directly connected to the base, but she's separated by a transparent PVC arm that holds her in place. Okay, so this one is needs of cleaning. So we have Iori. She's a bit sticky because her figure was already opened, and this is approximately 5 years old, 5 to 7 years old. That's why the plasticizer actually opened out. So the PVC figure is a bit sticky, but we will be still going to attach it into the base. So the base is here, color pink. And to attach her to base, you actually need this one. Okay, so you need this clear PVC arm to hold her in place. Otherwise, she would be you won't be able to attach her into the figure, into the base at all. So let's take a look. She goes here. So there's a notch behind her where you're going to insert the arm. Okay, so here you go, Minazu Iori. So she actually has her doll, Charles, and you can attach it to her since she has a little, or Charles has a little peg that you can attach her, Charles, to her shoes. The doll is pointing away from her. And you have Minasa Aori. For the rich kid of the of the team. Okay, so for our next figure, we have number 3. We have Takatsuki Yayoi, so the orange idol. The item is already, I think, opened since I bought this one. No, it's not. It's actually just slightly bent out of shape, but I bought this one in Mandarake. I tried buy and ship to purchase this one. So this one was actually one of the last figures I bought together with Makoto. So that was the last 2 figures of this line. So this is not actually opened. Okay. So she comes in a plain orange base, which represents her color, and she has a bag that can be attached to the body. Let's have her base. Orange. Like her color. Congratulations, this one isn't sticky like Aori. It's actually brand new. So this is what her figure looks like. And let's take a look. It's very simple actually. She has this wide pose, and it's relatively simple for you to attach it on the base. No, there are still some parts that are sticky. Yellow parts tend to be sticky. So her socks, I don't know, it's supposed to be orange. Yes, it's supposed to be slightly orange, are a little bit sticky. Here's the figure, and let's see how the bag attaches. So her favorite toad bag. Okay, you can wrap it around. Cool. So it's soft PVC. You can basically just wrap it around her. Like so. Very simple. So this is our third figure, Yayoi Takatsuki, the orange idol. Okay, so for the fourth figure, we have Miki Hoshi. So the supernova of the 765 production. So her box is pretty bent up, and since her color theme is mostly yellow and green, I actually expect this to become a very sticky figure. Okay. So do take note that these figures were based on the animation. These weren't based on the movie. So at this point in time, Miki hasn't even gone to Hollywood yet to go chase after producer. So her figure box is relatively small because of the nature of her pose, which is she is sitting down. Okay. So here's her figure. She comes with a green base. And she has, for her accessories, she has a pair of glasses, black glasses. Miki tends to wear glasses a lot. Same as Haruka, as part of her disguise. Oh, it's not sticky. Good. Okay, let's take a look at the base. There is no peg for this one. It's because the figure is already stable as it on its own. Okay, so let's take a look. So this is one of the easiest to assemble. Just take her outside of her hair is so detailed, and the flowers are transparent. How can you remove this? Okay, and her butt is actually flat, so you can pose her as is. Very useful. Now, as to remove the plastic, I assume you just tug on it. Just take a little bit of care, since the front of her hair is actually affected by the plastic. So if you pull on it too hard, you might damage one of the frills. Handy dandy scissors. This plastic is hard to remove. Well, you can pull on it, but what I'm scared of is you might leave some of the plastic behind, which is frankly not one of the worst problems, but still a problem to have. So she has a very little base, or tiny base, compared to the size of her figure. And there you go. And the last part of her ensemble is a pair of glasses. Let's see if we can attach this pair of glasses. She has a small space where you can actually put in her glasses. Okay. There's actually a notch for you to place the glasses. Okay, so here you go. This is number 4, Hoshi Miki. Okay, so our next figure is number 5. We have Takane Shijo. So we have our moon lady and her very graceful very straight pose. Okay, so the box is pretty big because of her standing pose, and let's take a look at what's inside. Where did I put my knife? Okay, let's open it. So as her idol color is purple, as such her motif is also purple. She has a very plain appearance, but That's Takane for you. Mysterious Beauty. She does not have any accessories in her figure, only a purple base. And her hair is actually not white, it's translucent, if you could see in the video. Okay, so let's take off the plastic. She has a nice pair of shoes. No part of the figure is sticky. And I guess... oh wow. There are actually slots in between the foot and the heel. So there are two pieces of metal, and there are PVC slots hanging. Let's see. Yeah, it's actually pretty smooth. And there you go. The Moon Princess, all dressed in purple. Very simple figure to assemble, not as hard as Iori's, but still elegant, and elegance has its beauty. Okay, so for our next figure, we have number 6. We have Makoto Kikuchi, so the prince of the 765 production. So I got this one of Mandarake, and it said it was used, but you know Japanese people, when they say it's used, it just means it's open. Here's the box, very plain. What's interesting with this figure is she has a bag with her, and along with the typical prince-like style of Makoto, she's in shorts and with boots. Okay. So as Makoto, her theme is black, and it goes with her base, which is also black. Just take off some plastic. And you have the figure here. A very kinetic figure. Expresses a lot of action actually. Very nice. And it's not sticky. Looks brand new. Okay. And if you're going to attach it to our base, her shorts actually is wobbly. There's a slot for the metal, and there's a PVC peg to support the heel. And there you go. We have number 6, Makoto Kikuchi, the Prince of 765. Okay, so for our 7th figure, we have Hagiwara Yukiho's figure. So she sports a light blue dress, which is in her theme of her color in Idolmaster, which is light blue. I wouldn't call it baby blue, but it's a very pale blue. Okay. So in his figure, she has an accessory, which is a hat, a straw hat. Okay, so this is her figure. The only accessories is her hat. I think the bag is built into the figure, so you can't remove the bag. Her base is light blue, like her color theme. And this is the main figure. Just take away the plastic. And this is her figure, very plain. So it's a very kinetic figure. It looks like she's being blown by the wind. And the hat actually accents this once we attach this to our base. So the base has a metal peg and a PVC peg as well, so you can attach it easily. Her figure is slanted, normally slanted. It's a little bit hard to attach. Yeah. Okay, here. Just have to put in a little bit force. And here's the figure without the hat. And here's that. The hat is actually very finely designed. And the hat has a little peg in it, so you can actually place it. Now, the ribbon should point towards her right side. So, this one. Oh, so at least it's square. There is an alignment, so you can't miss attach the hat itself. The problem with this is once you paint over it, it actually becomes harder to attach things like this. Okay, and there's the hat. It has a wind-like effect on the character's model. And that's number 7, Yukio Hagiwara. Okay, for our 8th figure, we have the eldest of the 765 Pro. We have Miura Asusa. Okay, so since her color is purple, her main theme is purple, and the only accessory that comes with her is a bag and a beret. So let's open her up and let's see what's in the box. So as you can see from earlier, most of these figures are actually very plain. They don't have too much accessories, and that's okay. Having 13 of them is enough. Okay, so we have the lovely Asusa in her light purple sweater. Let's open her up. Okay, so similar to her color theme, purple, her base is also purple as well. Okay, so she has this pose of tilting in a direction and holding her cheeks. It's very cute, and it's slightly sticky, but not as sticky as expected. Okay, let's attach it to her base. So there's a metal slot and a plastic PVC similar to the previous ones. And that's how you attach her to her base. Very simple pose. And to attach her beret, there's actually no attachment. You just have to place it on her, but there are grooves, so you can place it without misaligning. How? Yeah, okay. So it actually slots in place. It's not as slippery as I expected. So if you wiggle it, it doesn't fall off. Okay, and that is number 8, Miura Asusa. Okay, so for our 9th figure, we have the Futami twins. So as you can see, it's a very large box since the 9th figure actually has both Futami Ami and Futami Mami in one pose. So this is the main reason why it actually is the most expensive one amongst all the figures in the same line. So you can see that in the side, you can see it's numbered 9. However, there are 2 idols in this box. So this will come in interesting later since there was a surprise in this figure 9. So this was the first hint that there was a bonus in this figure 9. It's a very large figure. Okay. And they are actually separated figures. Okay. So if you check and when we open it, there are actually 2 separate figures in the box. They're not permanently attached as we expected. And it actually comes with a bonus faceplate, which will probably be lost if you lose the figure box. Very shiny pin. So it has a large yellow base plate, similar to their color, which is yellow. And let's take a look at the 2 figures. Okay, so as I alluded to earlier, there are 2 separate figures, which makes them very expensive. I think this was more than 10,000 pesos on the time of purchase. I don't know what's the current price now, but I think you can get them for a lot cheaper nowadays. Ask Billy from Atako Hobby Toys. He'll set you up. Okay, so this one needs the manual. So it's a little bit more complicated to assemble, and the manual does nothing. Thanks. Okay, so there's no special attachment. You just have to attach them separately into their proper bases. So we have the first figure attaching to the base. Let's fix her. If we don't fix her quite right, the second figure might not sit properly. So this is the second figure. there's a separate attachment for her. Ah, okay. Cool. She's... Okay, so this is where a little bit of effort comes in. She's supposed to be attached to her sister's shoulder. Let's see how this one goes. This one is hard. The second figure is a lot harder. Since it should be like this. And this is scary as well. Let's try to raise the figure up. Oh, I see. It's... There's a certain alignment you need to do. And this is hard. Here, okay, I got it. And all you have to do is they can grab up to the arm to make it look closer, but that seems unlikely. It's supposed to be like this. Okay. And this one. Okay. Okay. Let's not force it. Don't want to break things. So here we have our 9th figure. It has two idols, the Futami twins, Mami and Ami. Okay, and they look like they're having the time of their lives, and it represents their personality in this figure very well. Okay, so for our 10th figure, we have the second producer, and both as an idol and a producer, we have Akizuki Ritsuko. Okay, so her theme is mint green. It's not really mint green, but close to that. It's green, but not as green as Miki. This pose of her is she's in a casual dress together with a 4-leaf clover bag. I think the glasses are not an accessory but a permanent part of the figure. I mean, it wouldn't be Ritsuko if she didn't have her glasses. Okay, so you have the figure. It has no accessories. It only comes with the base and the base and the figure itself. Okay, so similar to every other idol so far, the base is the same color with the idol, which is green. And here is the main figure. She's in a hopping pose and she's touching her iconic glasses. So let's stick her into the appropriate base. Okay, and there you have it, Akizuki Ritsuko. I like it that she's in her usual ponytail instead of her office look. And it's a very good representation of what the character's personality looks like. So you have the 10th figure, Akizuki Ritsuko. So we're at our 11th figure. So our 11th figure is 765's Bluebird, or our songstress. We have Kisaragi Chihaya. Okay, so I like her pose because she has a chair and she has the notes for her song. Probably practicing for her next ballad, or just preparing for the next concert. It really shows her earnestness in her devotion to her work. Okay, so let's open the figure. And here's the figure. Okay. Now, a cool thing I noticed is if you check the back of the box here, it actually uses the newer Idolmaster logo. While if you refer to the base later, you will see the old Idolmaster logo. So, just a fun fact. Okay, so open her up. I hope her chair is permanently attached. So her base is blue, like her idol color. And this is what I was talking about. It uses the old Idolmaster logo. I think it's for uniformity. But when this product was released, they used the updated logo for Idolmaster. Okay, so it's good that her notes are permanently attached to her arms. Okay, just remove some pieces. Now, I think the chair is the one that is attached to the base. And you're just gonna sit her down. Ah, yes, you're just gonna sit her down because her butt is flat. So let's just attach it to the base. Can you rotate it? Yes, you can. You can rotate the chair. And that's a pretty nice figure. I like it. Although she floats, her feet are not touching the base. Anyway, still a very good figure of Chihaya. You can change her pose a little bit, but that's Chihaya for you. So this is our 11th figure for the Idolmaster line for Fat, and we only have 2 more to go. Okay, so we have our 12th figure. We have 765's Red Leader, which is our Amami Haruka. Okay, so in every franchise, there's a Red Leader, and for the original 765, we have Haruka. Okay, have you watched Voyager? Voyager was the latest concept video for Idolmaster. Haruka did great there. It was great. The animators were very pleased on how the project ended up. And this actually sets a good precedent. I'm actually hoping that Million Live, when it comes out, they change their mind and go back to traditional animation. I don't like 3D that much. Okay, so here's Haruka. She's a very plain figure. She just has her iconic pose, and together with her ribbons. And there's no accessories in this figure at all. You only have the red base. Ironically, Haruka was the last idol to be released in this figure line, but in the Perfect Idol album set, she was actually number 1. The very first idol on the left side, it was Haruka. Okay. So along with the figure, you have the red base, symbolizing her color as the leader, red. And other than that, there's nothing else in the figure. Let's put her in her appropriate place. Wow, this is hard. Okay, it's a little bit difficult since it's the first time, but it fits her perfectly. So we have Haruka Amami 765 OG original Red Leader. Looks great actually. She has a bag that complements her outfit with black. Okay, so for the last figure, we have the bonus figure. So let's move on to the next figure. Okay, so we have our bonus figure and our last figure. So this is the 13th figure for the Fat Idolmaster, the animation line. And this is actually a bonus figure because as I told you earlier, if you noticed the ones on the side, once it came to the twins, Ami and Mami, they were both counted in the same volume number. So what it meant was there was only going to be 12 figures if they didn't add the last one. So it was a surprise that the last figure was actually Kotori, Otonashi Kotori. So as you do, if you know, Otonashi Kotori is the secretary of the office 765, and she actually has a very mysterious background. She appeared in the anime as a singer for the launch. And if you want to know more about Kotori, I suggest you read her own prequel. It's a manga. It's very nice. It delves into how President Akagi actually met Kotori and their backstories. So I don't think it's finished yet, but it's a very good story. We actually translated some parts. So I hope you take a look. It's a very interesting story about Kotori and her mom. Okay, so this is the only figure which actually is in a swimsuit. Okay, so this is Kotori's figure. It's the second largest, second to the twins, primarily because of her towel, her beach towel. Okay, so let's open it up. There's no accessories beside the towel itself, and her outfit actually fits her color. So each idol in Idolmaster actually has a color. So with Tori, she's a slightly lighter color than the twins. And why I air quoted idol is because up until what I read in the manga, it's still not clear if she became an idol or what. But we do know she's a great singer. Okay. So similar to other bases, hers matches her idol color, which is light yellow. Her swimsuit matches her idol color, and it's actually accurate. You can actually see her mole in the lower right jaw. If you didn't notice that she had a mole, it's because other illustrations of her usually has a mic hiding the mole, so you might have not noticed. Okay, final piece of plastic to be removed, and we have Kotori Otonashi. I love Kotori's songs, actually, even though it's not common to see her sing in an album. What was her song? The one she performed in Idol of Masterbird was very good. Okay, so all you have to do is attach her to the base this way. No, it's very easy. She just slid right in. And I think what's difficult is... okay. There's actually a separate holder for the towel. This one was the grandest accessory yet. So there's a holder. You can stick a peg in it to support her towel. Man, that's a really good towel. Here's her towel. Now, how will we okay. There's actually grooves. On one end of the towel, there's the part where the hand will grip the towel. And that's the hard part. You have instructions. Oh yes, there are. Okay. Upwards. The installation is upwards. Let's remove the peg first. Oh yes, I see now. She can actually grab it. Okay, there's molding for her arms. Here you go. She can actually grab it. And to support, you have the peg. Okay. So here's the final figure for the Idolmaster Fat line of Kotori Otanashi. All in her beach body. Oh man. I remember the song now, Sora. It was awesome. The part where she was the only one singing, then every other voice actress went up silently and they all performed the chorus together. That was very good. Okay, and that is our final figure. Okay, so here's the end of the video. I have all the unboxed figures on the table so you can see them all. They all look wonderful. Honestly, it took me around 5 to 6 years to complete them all. I began watching Idolmaster in 2013, and when they came out, it became a priority to collect them. So again, these are the figures. They're all wonderful. If you want to buy them, they're really cheap right now. Check it on Amazon, check it on Mandarake, check it on Suruguya or your local figure collector's store. For me, I want to thank particular Otaku Pitoys PH, especially when they really made effort to give me an order for Kotori and Chihaya. They were it was very hard to order them up until now because of the minimum order quantity. So again, this was the video. I hope you enjoyed watching as I have enjoyed unboxing and making it. So thank you, and let's continue to be producers for everyone. Thank you.